Hey there, kids. I just want to be sure you're ready for tomorrow's quiz over the simple interest formula. So let's have a look at number 2 from the yellow page. Jessica's buying a car and she's borrowing $15,000 for 3 years at a simple interest rate of 9%, and we've got 2 questions here. How much interest will she pay? Or how much interest will she have to add on to the loan by the end of the 3rd year? And then what's the total amount of money that she's going to have to repay? So let's take the values we were given. That's P. The principal, or the starting amount, was $15,000. The amount of time, T, was 3 years. And the rate, or the interest rate, R, was 9%. And I'm going to write 9% as the decimal 0.09. And now I'm just going to plug the information into my formula. 15,000 times the rate, 0.09, times the number of year, is going to give me the total amount of interest. And that's for the calculator. The amount of interest is $4,050. Now let's be sure we answer both questions. That's only the amount of interest. The second question was the total amount that she has to repay. So if we add on the initial $15,000 and the interest that accumulated, we will get our total value, or the total amount that we're going to have to pay back, 19,050. There we go. That's for number 2. And let's do number 7 here. TJ invested $4,000 in a bond at a yearly rate of 2%, and he earned $200 in interest. How long was the money invested? So this is a little bit different. Let's look at the information that we have is P. His initial investment was $4,000. And we've got a yearly rate, so the value of R, the interest rate, is 2%, which I'll write as 0.02. And we also have the amount of interest he earned, which was $200. And now we're just going to take that information and plug it into our formula. I equals P times R times T. So we plug in our I. 200 equals the principal, P, 4,000, times the rate, 0.02, times T. And we don't know how much time, that's our unknown, so we just write the letter T instead of putting a specific value in. And now what we have to do is solve for T. We multiply these two numbers together to get 4,000 times 0.02 is 80. So we have 80T equals 200, and then we divide both sides by 80 to get that T is equal to 2.5. So TJ invested for 2.5 years. And let's do number 8 also. Here we've got a problem about Mr. Moki, who borrowed $9,000 for 10 years to make home improvements. He repaid $20,000. So at what interest rate did he borrow the money? So let's start with what we've got. The principal and the time are readily apparent. P, the amount we start with, $9,000, and the amount of time, T, is 10 years. We don't know R. In fact, we want to be able to find R, and we don't quite know the interest rate. It seems like we do, but we have to do a little bit of work to get it. If he repaid $20,000 and initially borrowed $9,000, then that means there was $11,000 of interest added on. So our interest value is going to be 11. The value of I is going to equal $11,000. There we go. And now I'm just going to take all this information and plug it into my formula. So the 11,000 is my interest rate, or my not my interest rate, but the the amount of interest that accrued. The principal is $9,000. The rate is unknown, so we're going to leave that as R. And the amount of time, T, is 10. So now we multiply this 9,000 and the 10 to get 90,000. So $11,000 equals 90,000 R. And then we divide both sides by 90,000, and that's going to give us our interest rate. So 11,000 divided by 90,000 is 0.12, and that there's a repeating 2 there. So the interest rate then is 12%. There you go. I hope that helps you on tomorrow's quiz.